It's been almost 2 years since the release of the Lenovo Legion Go 2, and the big question is, should you wait for the new one or buy this one now? Well, I'm here to help guide you, but before we do, let's get into some cinematic B-roll. So we know the Lenovo Legion Go S and 2 were revealed earlier this year at CES. But the big question is, should you wait for that one and spend the big bucks? Or should you wait for the assumed discount to come for the Lenovo Legion Go that's out now? Well, my biggest concern is it going to be like Nintendo Switch, where the only upgrade is the OLED screen? Or is it gonna be like the ROG Ally X, where there's a buff in RAM and battery life? Those two things are actually worth it. So let's get into some things that I actually personally like about the Lenovo Go and some things that I dislike. Maybe this will persuade you on waiting or purchasing the new one. So let's get right into it. Let's begin with the portability of this thing. I know it's not among the smallest out of the handheld out there, but this thing is still meant to be portable. This thing fits well in any backpack, and it comes with a carrying case upon purchase, so if you purchase secondhand, you might not get that. But the carrying case is meant to fit this thing perfectly. You can put the Joy-Cons in there, the mouse attachment. You can't really add any cords or chargers that comes with the Lenovo Go, but again, there's extra room in the backpack for that, and it charges off a USB-C, so you're good there. If you want this thing to be more portable, you can also just take off the Joy-Cons, and it turns into a tablet-sized handheld, so that makes it way more portable if you need to put things in different compartments of your backpack. Next is the screen size display. The screen size is one of the biggest among all the handhelds out there, and actually one of the reasons why I decided to buy the Lenovo Legion Go. It's sitting at an 8.8 QHD display, and this thing is phenomenal. I'm usually running around 60 frames per second while it's on the charger, or 30 frames while it's on the go, and there's modes like performance or quiet mode that you can alter depending on the game. But I'm talking about the screen size and the screen quality, and that's, again, one of the better reasons of this handheld and why I decided to go that way. I like bigger size screens like an iPad 12.9 or the 16-inch MacBook rather than the 14-inch. I love having more real estate on that screen, but I also love the compactability of it being portable, and that's why I decided to go on the Lenovo Legion Go. I'm curious if on the new one, the bezels are gonna get a little smaller, but again, this doesn't really bug me on this one. So another reason why I think you should look into the screen size and the screen display, and hopefully with that discount, you can get this awesome handheld. The next thing is the versatility. Again, a lot of people like the Nintendo Switch, love how you can take off the Joy-Cons and use them like motion sensors. This thing has a similar feature. You can use the Joy-Cons as a mouse or a handheld controller. You can plug the Lenovo Go to a TV just like the Nintendo Switch, or you can hold it like a handheld like any ROG Ally or any other handheld out there. I love the fact that this thing is versatile. You can maybe even keep one on the screen and have the other one handheld depending on if your hands are tired, but most of the time I keep it on the actual handheld device. I've never tried the FPS mode throughout a full game. I've tried it and tinkered with it, but again, the fact that you can change it up and do multiple things, I love that. When I'm traveling on the go, I stick it up to the hotel TV and I just play all my games with my Xbox controller and pair it that way. Now, we gotta be honest here, and we gotta talk about the things that I dislike about this thing. This thing tends to be a little on the heavier side. It is a little heavy, and after a while, I tend to start getting tired and find a way to prop my arms so I can continue playing. Again, I haven't found it much of an big issue, but if I had to complain, the weight is pretty noticeable. The battery life on this thing is probably one of the worst among the handhelds. You can probably only get roughly around 2 hours of intense gameplay, maybe a little less actually. And that's what I'm hoping that the new one buffs up is the actual game time, because I'm really hoping that when you're on the go, you don't always have to plug into a charger or carry a giant battery pack with you, even though I'm glad that I do have one for it. But again, the battery life's a little on the low side. I usually have to plug into the charger at least twice during a game session. But again, it didn't deter me from buying this thing. I still love it, and I still put it above a Steam Deck or a ROG Ally or a Nintendo Switch. We're going to talk about the pricing. This pricing is on the higher end as well. I think you're gonna see a major discount when the new one's released, and hopefully you can grab this thing for $400, $500. I bought it when it was $800 new, and that's pretty pricey, but it does a lot. This is like replacing a PC if you absolutely wanted to. You can do all your documents, you can do a lot of your work sessions on it, and I've typed in a couple essays at work when I needed to. I connected a portable keyboard to it, a portable mouse, and I just started typing away doing a homework assignment. So it's got some features like that that's pretty neat, but the price is on the higher side. You can buy a Steam Deck, the original, for I think $299, $300 out the door. So I would just be cautious there. But despite the pros or cons, this is a shorter video. I believe the pros outweigh the cons, and this is definitely worth it. There's a lot of handhelds out there, but the versatility, if you want a Nintendo Switch, but don't just like to be stuck on that OS and want to play PC games, then the Lenovo Legion Go is worth it. Or you want a ROG Ally X, but you need a bigger screen size, again, the Lenovo Legion Go is worth it. It just depends what you're going for, but if I were to persuade you on a handheld, after trying all of them, I think the Lenovo Go is actually worth it. Okay, well, again, thank you so much for tuning into this video. You've made it this far. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to continue making content, and I'm so thankful for you following. I'm almost at 200 subscribers, and as we continue growing together, you're going to see more content and more editing into my videos. So thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next video.